Once upon a time, there was a man named Mr. Donnybrook. He was married to a woman named Mrs. Donnybrook. Mr. and Mrs. Donnybrook dearly loved to be bored. Sometimes they were bored at the ballet, other times at the cinema. They were bored riding elephants in India. And elevators in the Empire State Building. They were bored in speakeasies during Prohibition. And in cocktail lounges after repeal. They were bored by grand dukes and garbage men, debutantes and demi-mondaines, opera singers and operations. They scoured the 5 continents and the 7 seas in their mad pursuit of boredom. This went on for years and years. One day, Mr. Donnybrook turned to Mrs. Donnybrook.
"My dear,"
He said,
"we have reached the end of our rope. We have exhausted every yawn. The world holds nothing more to jade our titillated palates."
Oh,
said Mrs. Donnybrook.
we may try insomnia.
So they tried insomnia. About 2 o'clock the next morning, Mr. Donnybrook said,
"My, insomnia is certainly quite boring, isn't it?"
Oh, it certainly is, isn't it?
"Oh, yes, rather. Quite."
Pretty soon he began to count sheep. Mrs. Donnybrook began to count sheep too. After a while, Mr. Donnybrook said,
"Hey, you're counting my sheep. Stop counting my sheep."
Why, the very idea. I suppose I know my own sheep, don't I?
How?
They're cattle. That's how. They're cattle, and longhorns at that. Furthermore, us cattle ranchers is sure tired of you
Sheepmen plumb ruining our water. I give you fair warning. You better get them woolly Gila monsters of yourn back across the Rio Grande before morning, or I'm gonna string you up on the nearest cottonwood.
Caramba! This is free range, no?
No, not for sheepmen.
She strung him up on the nearest cottonwood. Mr. Donnybrook had never been so bored in his life.